Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
Tonight we'll be doing a review for Supergirl.
Season 3, Episode 19, The Fanatical.
Yeah. So, what did you think about this episode?
I actually thought it was really good. Because, I don't know. I liked the themes of, finding who you are and, being truthful or, not being truthful in order to protect the people around you, or in James' case, feeling like this is the only option he has to help the people that help by letting the world know that he's the guardian. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then Ruby and Marin bonding was nice, and just Alex's relationship with Ruby.
Yeah.
It just shows how much of a great mom she would be when she is actually able to have kids of her own.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
She'll probably end up adopting Ruby. They can't save Sam.
Yeah, probably. Do you think they'll be able to save her?
I think that's very up in the air. I don't know, because the huge question is whether the Legion actually changed anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like in Once Upon a Time.
Mm-hmm.
The episode where Henry was awoken.
Yeah.
Henry called himself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a past version
Right.
of himself. But he remembered getting the same call.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
So, is it the same way here? Did the Legion always go back in time from the point where they left to the past to do this and have, because in the future their records are, in the time of the Legion, they don't have very solid evidence of what happened in the past.
Right.
They have fragments and
Mhm.
ideas. So, part of what could have been lost to history is the fact that they went back to try and fix it. So, technically speaking, did they just do what they've always done, go back in time, put all of the crap inside, and then in the future, Blight still comes?
Yeah.
Because they escape from one host and go to another.
Mm-hmm.
If they basically exorcise these spirits, I guess you can say, from Sam, just like they did with, even though Purity and whatever, their previous hosts died,
Mm-hmm.
but they went to the next best host.
Right.
The next best host is Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just mean, you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Did they fix anything? Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
So, there's that. And then there's the whole thing to do with the preview at the end. Would Kara tell them what happened on Earth? And if they did, once a certain woman found out what was going on, would she gather the people up to destroy Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would they try to take matters into their own hands? And how would the Earth and its population deal with the fact of more Kryptonians?
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole thing that just got opened up, especially because of the preview for next week.
Yeah.
That is just like, really, there's no way to truly predict what's going to happen.
Right.
Will she give Kara hope for how to fix things?
Mm-hmm.
Will she give her a plan? Or will she just say there's no way but to kill her? Like, or even killing her, the spirit of them will find another host. There is no killing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like...
Yeah.
What is there really?
I think it would be really cool, though, if Alex did adopt Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Because then she could have the child that she's always wanted. Even though it's not actually, like, she didn't actually raise her.
I mean, I kind of get the feeling that she wants to actually give birth.
Yeah.
But, I mean, having a teenager is a good first step, right?
Sure, then it'll give her experience on how to deal with her own teenager.
Yeah. I mean, like, after dealing with the teenager, the beginning years will be a breeze, right?
Maybe not. I think once you deal with the beginning years, you'll be happy when they are older.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, just because we were decent teenagers.
Well, I was.
Are you saying I wasn't?
I don't know. Were you?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't go to any parties.
I wasn't a party person.
I didn't do any of this. I didn't do any of this.
No.
I didn't.
You were a good Christian teenager.
I was. I didn't do anything wrong or whatever.
Except for swearing.
No.
Really?
Yeah. That wasn't until I got to college. My first couple months kind of felt weird, and then it's just like, it didn't sound right. Like, you know, like some words just express an emotion stronger than crap.
It's true.
Like, crap is weak, is flimsy, it
But I say
falls
it all the time.
apart in your head. Shit sounds strong.
It does. I say that a lot more often than I used to.
Yeah, I mean, but because it has the stronger letters into it, the sounds
Yeah.
stronger. So, yeah, but yeah, no, it was really good. But I mean, like, especially for like, I mean, this is the CW.
Yeah.
You think she's gonna be an easy teenager?
No.
Exactly.
How old is she? 13?
She's like 13, yeah. So she'll be starting her teenage years.
Well, the thing
soon.
is, too, I think she also just needs somebody who believes in her.
Mm-hmm. But I mean,
who supports her.
Because yeah, the younger years are really like wild and whatever. But with the teenagers, you gotta do the rebellious thing. Like, since it's the CW and it's TV, odds are she's gonna start. Especially because her mom tried to kill her, maybe drinking to drown her sorrows about that. Maybe getting high to try and get over it, like calm herself down when she has dreams about it. Like, she's gonna start doing this stuff soon.
Yeah. If she remains on the show.
Yeah. So, like, this is stuff Alex is gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
Because as a character, she's going to have to go through stuff.
But see, the
so
thing
that she
is,
can
Alex
be
will
okay.
know because she's been through that.
Yeah, but just because you've been through it doesn't mean you know how to guide other people through it. And just because you've been through it and maybe you've guided other people through it does not mean that you're able to do it because there's a different reason.
Yeah.
Like, her dad died essentially to her when she was about Ruby's age. She had to deal with her grandfather's amnesia or whatever, right? Like, okay, that's not great, but that for the situation, that's great. But Ruby had to deal with her mom trying to murder her. Mm-hmm. There's a vast difference there.
Yeah. So, I mean, she can try to help, but there's no way for her to know for sure what she's going through.
And, like, any teenager, they'll find a way.
Yeah.
So she'll find a way to hide it from her. Like, because she's been through it, she'll think she'll know that she knows all the signs. Mm-hmm. You can't be prepared for each individual person and how they choose to go through something.
Yeah, you can't.
So, whether it be sneaking out, whether it be whatever, she's going to be able to pull 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 things over on Alex before Alex finally catches on a couple weeks later. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And her having to go through that is going to be a lot harder than having to put a toddler in timeout. Mm-hmm. I mean...
Yeah.
You're in timeout. You did what to my car?
But see, I know. But see, the thing is, too, like, if they're really, really, really young, you have to deal with, like, waking up all the time and being tired and not getting sleep.
But that's, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is emotion and rage and rebellion. Yeah. And that's just a typical Friday night for her when she goes to the bar. I mean, I have to wake up early for work the next day, but I'm gonna get drunk at the alien bar. Right. Like, that's just her typical Friday night until the baby's old enough to sleep through the night. I mean, like, I know there's a lot of different aspects that go into childhood and babies and development and all that crap. But I'm just saying that, like, a lot of people I hear, like, when they talk about, especially if they have the more rebellious children, the teenage years were the hardest. Mm-hmm. So if she goes through the teenage years with Ruby, she'll be more prepared to deal with the younger years, because it'll seem maybe a little easier. Each child is different, but still.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a hell of a lot good experience for her. Right. I know the sentence wasn't complete there and whatever, missing words.
We have 4 more episodes, so we'll just see what happens, I guess, if they're able to save Rain, or if they're not able to save Sam, or if they're not able to save Sam.
Yeah.
So, I did like what James said, of what he's had to deal with his whole life, and that because of dealing with that, he wants other people to, have somebody like him to look up to,
right,
and to be able to help other people in the community and everything like that. And for him, coming out as the Guardian is what he needs to do. Mm-hmm. And I also like that he told Kara that, he respects what she's doing and he understands it, and, he knows that it's hard, and he knows the position that she's in.
Yeah. And,
while she probably should tell the truth, she's not, because she's trying to protect people.
And like Monel said, at this point, telling her would help Kara.
Exactly. And that's what John had to tell Monel, too.
Yeah.
Is because Monel wants to tell Kara how he feels, but John was like, well, that would be making you feel better. Mm-hmm. That's pretty selfish.
Right, which is like, he knew that, which is why he hadn't said anything to her yet. And, it's good to hear it from someone else, but I don't know, it seemed like he was talking from experience, and that experience being Kara, when he was talking to Kara. So, I don't know, I kind of found, him and Jean having that moment was great, but Jean imparting the wise wisdom that he did was not needed.
Yeah.
And that kind of got to me a little bit. Because the shows have been so good, like the CW superhero shows, I expect a certain level of writing. And when I
Right.
don't get that, like, it's starting to bother me.
Right.
Because I hold them to that standard of writing.
Yeah, I mean, you would, like, when you get it a certain way for a long amount of time, you expect them to still continue to do that and stick with the continuity and give us good writing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not saying that the writing is bad. I'm just saying that whoever wrote it should maybe retake a course in college and remember that they shouldn't have put that there.
Yeah.
I
mean, The Flash is normally really great.
This season, not so
but
much.
this season, not really.
Nope. And you hear that on every review I give.
Yeah. I mean, Supergirl can have some really, really great episodes, and then it can have some not so great episodes.
Yeah.
And I feel like the majority are kind of on the not so great side, and we only get a few really good ones.
Mm-hmm. But when you get the really good ones, you expect them to be really good like they usually are.
Exactly.
Especially with what they choose to say, because they have a limited time to say it.
Yeah.
I realize that saying those few words only takes up a few seconds, but that few seconds could mean a lot to a lot of different characters
Right.
on that show.
I mean, so you feel like Jean didn't need to say the thing about him being wiser?
No, I feel like Jean didn't need to give him the same exact damn advice he gave Kara 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay, not 10 minutes ago, but the beginning of the episode. But whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was verbatim the same damn thing he told Kara.
Yeah, it was.
Like, at this point, telling her would be more beneficial for you. So it would be
so because
selfish.
Mon-El said that to Kara and then Jean said it to Mon-El, it was basically the exact same thing.
Yes. They
Okay.
both said the same thing. Don't tell you because it'd be selfish. Because
Yeah.
you'd only be helping yourself. That's exactly what they
Yeah,
both
when
said.
when he said that to him, I was like, wait, why is Mon-El even saying this? He just told Kara the exact same thing.
No, like Mon-El and John were having a good bro moment. When
No, I
Jean-
know,
when
but for Mon-El to even say that,
Mon-El didn't say that. Jean told Mon-El to hold it in.
I know, but I mean, like,
And that's what I'm
for
complaining about.
Mon-El to want to say, you know, how he feels to Kara, he told Kara not to do with letting, you know, the truth
Yeah,
out.
which is why he hasn't told Kara, because he's taking his own advice.
Yeah. So Jean
So-
didn't need to tell him that
Exactly.
because he already took his own advice.
And those few moments in the show that they took for Jean to repeat the same damn words verbatim
Yeah.
that he told Kara, it could have been used for another James and Lena scene,
right.
another Ruby Alex scene.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been used to much greater whatever for the show,
but then
for that
having
episode.
to reiterate it just like
to someone
was
who
a
already
waste-
knows and
yeah,
is already taking their own damn advice.
was a waste of screen time.
Yes. And I just think that someone who's able to write a show an episode that turned out that good,
Mm-hmm.
as good as this episode, then they should have known how to write an episode.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I realize that's probably the one mistake that I'll rant on tonight, because it was a very good episode and I really don't have any problem with it.
Yeah.
But still, to me...
No, I mean, that felt kind of
That-
weird to me,
Mhm.
too, because I was like, why is Mon-El even saying exactly what he told to Kara?
Mon-El didn't say it.
I know he didn't say it. What I mean is, he's saying the advice that he gave to Kara. Like, he's saying, oh, you know, I really want to say this, but, you know, I know that I shouldn't. And Jean's like, yeah, that would be really selfish. And Mon-El was like, yeah, it would be selfish for you to do the same thing with Lena or whatever.
No. James wasn't there. It was when Jean gave Mon-El the keys to the car.
I know.
Then what's Lena got to do with it?
When Mon-El was talking to Kara about the same thing, wasn't that about Lena? About, like, telling
Yeah, but the
her
way
about
you're talking
Lena?
about it is confusing the hell out of me.
Sorry.
Like, you're putting them both together like they're the same scene, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I can't follow.
No, they're not the same scene. I just meant that it was weird to me when the whole Monel-Jean thing was happening.
Yeah, because Monel was just like, okay, like, because Jean is like, so you stayed, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, the hell, you haven't talked about the subject before already?
Right.
But I'm like, okay,
I mean,
it'll be a nice bro moment, like, whatever, I'm fine with it. And so,
and
like...
then he gave him the exact same advice.
Like, I mean, I appreciate that we get the explanation from his point of view, because we only had Emra's at that point. So it's like, yeah, like, I feel like I should tell her, but I know I can't. And then John's like, like, the hell, freaking idiot. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's not what we needed.
Yeah, I know.
So, anyways, anything else you got to say?
I mean, it sucks that, you know, the friendship between Kara and Lena will be ruined if she does know. Because, like, of the tension and the mistrust that's happening.
And like, that she'll never give Kara another chance. It's like...
Yeah.
Why? I mean, like, you've done some pretty messed up things too, but Supergirl gave you multiple chances.
Yeah.
Like, you not giving her a chance is like her not trusting you with kryptonite.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I understand that that's like a character flaw that she's gonna have to work through, but...
Kara or Lena?
Lena.
Yeah. I know.
But... I don't know, it's just aggravating. I mean,
it is aggravating, because I'm like, you know what? At this point, I feel like she should already know.
Oh, she should.
And the writers just keep putting it off.
Yeah, because they want what the mom told Kara to come true. When she realizes it, Kara will lose a friend. Yeah. And so that's what's going to happen. Like, unless somehow Supergirl can befriend Lena again.
I don't understand why she's so upset at her, though.
Who?
Lena.
Well, it's a huge breach of trust. She used James solely because James was close to Lena, and he could get away with it.
Okay.
So she undermined their relationship. Like, you don't do that crap.
Yeah, you don't.
Wanted to use the stronger verbiage there, but didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
I mean, yeah, that would make you feel betrayed and not trust the person.
Yes, but I'd still be willing for there to possibly be a reconciliation.
Right, exactly.
But I also don't have the last name Luther, so...
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like them saying that there would not even be another chance is kind of harsh. Because it's like, you know, she deserves that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact that she even came out and said what she needed to say, or, you know, came out and says what she wants to say, like, you know, I mean, that took a lot of effort. I mean, it would take a lot of effort for her.
Hey, I'm doing a review right now. I'll call you back, okay? Sorry, Monty was calling me. He wants to play Deceit, and I'm totally down. But, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if Kara actually makes the effort to tell her that she is Supergirl, and, you know, after not saying anything because she was worried about it jeopardizing the friendship, then I think that Lena should give her the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, you know, maybe I'm pissed off at Supergirl right now, and I don't, you know, and I'm not trusting her because of what she did, but Kara is still a good person.
Kara and Supergirl are one and the same. Yeah. Now. So she won't be able to look past that because they're the same person. I mean, yeah, it's gonna take some time. I think that if they hold off on the reveal for another couple seasons,
Hopefully it's not that
Kill me.
long.
Kill me now, but I hope it is.
Why?
Because if she can gain Lena's trust, then it'll they might be able to.
Yeah. But who
keep
knows
their
if how
friendship.
much Lena's gonna be on it in the future. You know?
She seems like she's having a pretty major role nowadays, especially
Yeah.
since she's dating James.
I know.
I can see them getting married, and then she'd definitely be on the show for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, that would be great, but I'm just saying, like, because the writers are always changing things around and adding people and making people leave, like, it just...
Yeah, but
you know.
also, I mean, Luther is a constant presence in the super mythos.
Yeah, I know.
So, losing the only Luther that shows up that's not in prison, because the mom and the brother are both in prison now.
Right. I mean, Lex was on Smallville up to season 7.
And then he died. And then there was a clone of him. Of which Clark and Lana raised as their son. Like,
Oh, so bad. Like, come on.
But hey, he got past the whole I'm actually Lex thing and loved them anyways. But
That's
not
for
the
a
point.
different time.
That's a show we could really do.
Yeah, but I don't want to go back and watch that. That's 10 seasons.
I know.
I just finished that, like, 2 years ago. I'm not
That's
going back
so
to that.
sad. But yeah.
What do you mean it's sad?
That it took you.
It took me a long time because I was watching a lot of other shows and I had to keep taking breaks. I'm sorry, okay? It took me a long time with Charm, too. Leave me alone. Anyway, if you want to do Smallville, be my guest.
No, hell no. I was just... Oh. Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean, like, it sucks, and it probably won't be for a while before it is revealed.
Right.
But it's frustrating.
Yeah. But I do appreciate how Lena's willing to, like, even though she doesn't trust Supergirl anymore, she still trusts Alex, who
Yeah.
works with her. She still trusts her boyfriend.
Right.
Like, she trusts everyone but Supergirl. So everyone who works there but Supergirl, solely because it was Supergirl who made James do that.
Yeah.
And, like, no one else knew about it. Like, I don't think she knows that Wynn did that. And even if she does, it's like, he was helping James do what Supergirl wanted, but whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, he was involved, not, like, involuntarily.
Right. And so it's like, okay. So she trusts basically everyone there except for specifically Supergirl. And so, I mean, that means she's willing to work with them on a daily basis.
Right.
Because she doesn't have to see Supergirl all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, she might come in every once in a while, like she did in this episode, and say, you know, like, how close are we? Whatever. But every time there comes a crisis, they'll always be able to turn to Lena. Lena will always be able to turn to them.
Yeah.
Because she trusts the team. She trusts Jean, Monel, Wynn, James, Alex. Like, she trusts all of them. She just doesn't trust Supergirl. She trusts Supergirl to finish the day, to win the battle, but she doesn't trust Supergirl on an emotional, personal level. Yeah. So, they'll always be able to work together. But, yeah. So,
yeah. I mean, I'm just glad that we got to see some, like, relationship stuff with, like, Marin and Ruby and Alex and Ruby and, like, James telling his story about what he dealt with as a kid.
Yeah.
And why he felt he needed to let the world know that he was the Guardian. And, you know, just, like, everything with Supergirl and Kara, like, you know, having that struggle of wanting to say something but then not because, you know, she has to protect people.
Yeah, like at this point, if she learned that Kara was Supergirl, Kara would no longer be in the family.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't think that's something that Lena can deal with because she's already lost Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And that might jeopardize the friendship with Alex slightly.
Right. Also, I like what Kara did for that girl, too. The one that was taken over.
Oh, yeah. How she was just like, I understand what it's like to not know how you belong, to not know how you fit in.
Yeah.
To have two versions of yourself fighting.
Right.
And
I feel like this episode was about that for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, deciding who you want to be at what time.
Yeah.
And, you know, figuring out how to balance that and deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
In what you want people to know and what you don't want people to know. And things like that.
Yeah.
And like, where you belong and where you fit in. Because James has always felt like he doesn't belong because of his race.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Kara's never completely felt like she belongs because she's from another planet.
Mm-hmm.
And things like that.
Yeah.
So.
I think that it shows a lot about James as a person that he was willing to out himself.
Yeah.
And that he still is willing to out himself. And he plans on it. Just when the time is right. And when he feels that he can.
Yeah.
On his own terms.
And that he respects the fact that Kara still hasn't.
Yeah. Like, I think he understands why she can't tell Lena.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really what he meant when he was saying that.
Yeah.
Because for her, it's not like he said, you can't take off the mask. There is no mask.
Right.
It's just you.
Yeah. It's just a matter of figuring out who you are and who you want to be and figuring out where you fit into everything.
Yeah, it basically, if she came out of hiding, she'd stand in front of a camera, take her glasses off, take out the ponytail, shake her head, and I'm Supergirl.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
That's all there is to it. But, like, I mean, it's just, oh look, there's a white girl that has superpowers.
Yeah.
But, like, James, it's like he's Black Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, people had problem enough with Batman. Right. Imagine if he was black. Mm-hmm. Especially in Gotham City.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was black.
Right.
Like, that would not go over well.
Yeah.
And so it's just...
And they're in Star City, right? On Supergirl. No, that's Arrow.
That's Arrow. Star City's
okay.
Arrow.
Central City's Flash. What's Supergirl?
Metro City? No. Holy crap, I forgot. Oh, shoot.
I knew it was something.
Let's see.
National City.
Yep.
There we go.
National City. Man, and I thought, oh my god, I lost my comic past there. I really did. Oh, speaking of comics, my friends got me a Black Panther comic book.
Nice. Wakanda forever.
Forever. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's actually a graphic novel because it's like
cool.
It looks so good.
Well, anything Black Panther related is probably amazing.
Oh yeah.
'Cause it's Black Panther,
right? I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah. So, it was a good episode. We have 4 more episodes left.
Yes.
Until the finale. This is going to be the only show left that we're reviewing after tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Until we do the Legends season review and the Black Lightning season review.
Yeah.
Which we will get done soon.
Yes.
And we will do those.
Oh, we are.
Because I know we've made promises about other things that haven't happened.
Yes.
But we will do these.
Yeah, they're marked on our calendar. She's got to finish the shows.
Yeah.
So, finish shows, do review this time. So, we haven't planned. We're not going to tell you when for.
Because we don't know for sure. What? We don't.
Yeah. I know. But, whatever. Whatever.
We will do them very soon.
Yeah. So anyways, anything else?
No.
So I guess until next week.
Love
Love yourself and be happy.